All right, everyone, please be seated. You may continue with the audio presentation.
Your Honor, I'm going to commence exactly where we left.
All right, thank you.
Where did you get it from?
J.C. Lewis, maybe?
And I guess the big question, how do you pay for it?
So at this point, I had received a sum of money that Jim had told me that he was helping procure.
And how did you receive that money from Jim? Was it cash?
No, it was wired. It was wired to my bank account.
Okay. So you just wired the money to J.C. Lewis?
I actually took an Uber out there, got a cashier's check, and then brought it to them.
Okay. All right. So you got that. She wanted you to pack up and pack up everything.
Yeah, and then either Monday or Tuesday, I'm a little unclear which.
Okay.
I woke up to a message saying, actually, take 2 Tupperwares. So we had most of our stuff. We had a couple like large duffel bags, and then we had a lot of the is Tupperware the right word? I feel like that's for food.
Plastic.
Yeah, like plastic, like a ready-made, like those things.
Okay.
I woke up to that. So I woke up to saying like pack 2 of those in one. Put some clothes of mine, extra toiletries for me, things that I would need for like a week or 2, basically. And in hers, she wanted something similar. She wanted some clothes, some dresses, some sweaters, toiletries, books.
And this was her signaling you this.
Yes.
Okay.
Like her Kindle, like some books, she had those like adult coloring books.
Okay.
Her medicine, and last week I had picked up a new prescription for Synthroid, so she asked that I put that in there, and said that I was going to meet somebody, I was going to get a call from somebody, and he would tell me where to drop those off, and that that they would be with her so that she could use them, and then we would have them.
Okay.
So I did that.
When you say you did that, you just got the containers ready? Or?
I got the containers ready. A man called me, said, "Hey, can you come drop these off?"
And you didn't know who that was?
I didn't know who he was. I assumed he worked with the clinic. He said he understood that we were worried. Would I turn off my phones and use a GP, like an old school GPS unit that we had?
Okay.
I said yes. He gave me the coordinates. It was kind of in the middle of nowhere, but
Do you remember where it was at?
I don't. It was a little outside Savannah, but I don't know much about it. I dropped off the containers with him.
Do you remember if it was on a paved road or a dirt road?
I think it was. I think there was dirt. I don't know if that was just the driveway though. I don't know. It was.
And describe him too.
A little shorter than me, probably 6 feet tall. Youngish, like in his probably early 30s. Curly red hair.
Okay.
Fairly close cropped. I dropped it off. I asked if he needed anything else from me. He said no.
And so you said curly red hair with white nail?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, white male.
What vehicle was he driving?
I don't know. So I went to a house that I thought was his.
house on a dirt road, and you just had coordinates.
Yes.
You didn't have an address.
I did not have an address. He said it was a little hard to find with an address on GPS.
Okay. So you dropped those off.
I dropped those off. I spoke to. I drove back. I spoke to Jim. I said,
Roughly how long did you think you had to travel to get there?
I'm not really sure. I
I
mean,
mean, you took some paved roads naturally from where you went.
30. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I'm not really sure where he was.
30 to 45 minutes. Was it daytime or night?
It was daytime.
Okay.
It was early. It was early in the day. I came back.
When you say early in the day.
Yeah.
What was early? Like, is early to me 4 a.m.?
No, not that early.
So it had been up.
Probably 9, 10 in the morning, something like that.
Okay.
I got back and I spoke to Jim, and I said, I felt that again, I was in a bad situation, saying that, not saying that Mindy was elsewhere.
But you didn't ask when you dropped the containers off to see her.
No, but my understanding was that was just some guy's house, like,
Okay.
that was not where she was.
Okay. And that this guy was supposed to deliver the bins to
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
What did the bins look like? You said like a remember what what color they were?
I think one was gray and one was black, but I'm not really sure.
Okay.
We went through, we were moving around for a couple of years. We went through a lot of bins.
So that's kind of, you used those bins usually and moved around.
Yeah.
That's how you moved.
Yeah. We had some clear ones at one point that just seemed to shatter.
And when you say that y'all have these bins or tubs or Tupperware, whatever, how many are we talking? Are you like 15, 20?
No, not that many.
How many would y'all normally have? Because I understand y'all had to move quickly.
Yeah, 8 to 10 of them, and then like 3 or 4 bags.
When you were in Hilton Head, you had how many?
We didn't have anywhere to put anything
Uh-huh.
except for there, so they were kept in Frank's garage.
Okay.
It's one of those houses that's got the ground level is just a garage, and it's got the living levels that they're running the floors. Yeah, it's running the floors.
All right. So 8 to 10 would be a common.
Yeah, I think
Just to throw them in the mood. Okay.
Yeah.
But when we bring them, and did they have lids on them?
Yes. Yeah. All of our beds had lids. Sorry.
Okay. So you carried the stuff out of there. You dropped it off to him.
Dropped it off to him.
You don't remember like how you traveled there? Like did you
No.
take the interstate?
I'm not sure.
Some paved, some dirt.
Yeah. No. I mean, I didn't go out much while I was in Savannah.
Okay.
Like just to get.
But he was on a long dirt driveway.
I believe so. Yes.
Describe the house to me.
It was brown with yellow trim.
Okay.
Not a huge house or anything, but
Just a normal house.
Yeah. Kind of like a I don't know the house terms that you call that, like a rambler or something.
Okay. So new vehicles.
Not that I recall.
Okay. All right. And were your lungs in or?
Yeah. He came outside. I unloaded them right off the ground. He said he would take them in. I asked if he needed help. He said no.
Okay. Was Rusty with you?
No, he was not.
Okay.
Yeah, Rusty was back at the house.
Okay. All right. And then what happened?
I drove back. I had that morning. I had talked to Jim before I left, saying that I was uncomfortable with Mindy's parents not knowing that she was at the hospital, and he said before I left to say that I was going to, or before they left, they were leaving for work, to say that I was going to bring her to the doctor, and then to say that she was there. He said that, you know, he understood it was longer than expected, but like, you know, when she, even when she's on bed rest, like we could all, it's not a huge house, but we could all hear her like on the phone. Like I felt like I was.
But it wasn't, and when you say hospital, it wasn't
It
traditional.
wasn't a traditional hospital, yeah.
So you told them that she was at the hospital?
No, so that morning I told them that I was going to bring her per his instructions.
Okay.
And then this is either Monday or Tuesday after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And then I came back. I talked to Jim again. He said to say that, you know, she's going to be there for a handful of days. That we were, you know, on the last steps of finding a place for them. You know, we were all, you know, I was probably going to be picking her up and departing almost immediately. And that we were going to get them, you know, into a place.
Okay. So basically you told them that y'all were separating, that y'all would take care of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember what day Betsy and Frank came back?
They came back Sunday.
They came back Sunday?
Yeah.
And other than this trip you took to drop off the containers, did you go anywhere else that you recall?
Not that I recall. I might have run out to the store or something, but I don't really remember.
Okay.
I got a message asking to pick up a couple things, but I forget.
You know what those things were?
It's like a sweatshirt.
Okay.
I forget what else. But I think it was pretty quick. Like I was running up like just to get something at Publix or CVS, which was
Okay.
well, you know, within a, you know, I mean I could have walked there in probably 10 minutes.
Where did you normally shop?
Like their food.
Mhm.
The Publix, there's a Publix not far
Okay.
from there. We had we got delivery from there for quite a while, but
Yeah, because a lot of people changed only.
yeah. But then when Wayne showed up, we were told that, you know, I should go out and get, you know, rather than it being like another, you know, another company that knows where that we're still getting food delivered there.
Another avenue for him to use to find.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you dropped the containers off.
Dropped the containers off either Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
I continued talking with Mindy through Wednesday.
You said your phones were off and you used the GPS. You know what that GPS is now?
I believe it was burned with the rest of my car
Okay.
about a month and a half ago.
Okay.
So you continue talking to her up till Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday. Just you know, messaging back and forth. She said she was feeling better, and Thursday morning I got a call from somebody saying, you know, could I come pick her up that sometime that afternoon. I forget exactly what time.
Okay.
I was given an address in Savannah. I don't recall exactly where it was. I drove out there that afternoon. It was a brick building. Somebody was waiting outside and brought me into, you know, like an office, and said that Mindy had passed away.
Okay. You said it was a brick building?
Yeah,
How far away from the house was it?
I think within 15-20 minutes.
Okay.
But I think it was driving through like some neighborhoods, like it wasn't like quick going.
So they brought you in. Did you talk to the doctor or?
I talked to a doctor. I
Okay.
was wearing a white coat.
So white coat.
An older man. Not anybody I had seen before.
And they said she passed from what?
At that point, he said that she just passed away very suddenly, and that they thought it might have been her heart, but they weren't sure.
Okay.
I went back to the house and told Betsy and Frank.
Can you give me, you said you had the address. There's a landmarks in Savannah that are pretty specific. Do you know where the globe's at?
No,
You've never seen the globe?
I don't think I've ever seen the club.
You mentioned hospital. That y'all were near the hospital.
Yeah, we were near a hospital.
So you traveled, you said 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you remember any other, like, you said it's in a residential area? And it was
Yeah, I was driving through like residential areas.
residential areas to get there.
Yeah.
But the building was like an office building?
Yeah, it appeared to be
So it was a good business?
like a one level, yeah. Like
So one level. Was there a sign out front?
Not that I recall, but there might have been. I don't know.
What about parking lot? Was it more like
Almost more like a strip mall. Like there was parking like right in front. Like I pulled in and
you remember any of the stores that were in the strip mall?
no.
Okay. Okay. Do you remember passing anything going by there? Like,
At one point, I drove through a neighborhood that had like larger, nicer houses. I remember
Okay.
that. I've seen the park in Savannah like once, the famous park, but I didn't see it. I didn't see it the entire time I was there.
so at some point, would you be willing to ride with us and attempt to show us the house?
Yeah.
Or show us the location again and find it?
Absolutely.
Okay. Because you understand you'll have like an extradition here and you know all about that.
I believe
Not that
I already requested to waive it.
you wait through the
Yeah.
extradition. Okay. So at some point, you'll be coming back, and that's what I was just making sure you'd be willing to talk to us to try to figure out where that location
Yes,
is.
absolutely.
So you have signed paperwork to waive extradition?
Yeah, but somebody gave it to me when they checked me in
Yeah,
here.
quick. Usually it takes a few days.
No,
They're ready to get rid of you. You seem like a pretty nice guy to me.
Thank you.
Get it down. Okay, but at some point you'll be able to work with us to show us where you think that
Yeah.
house is.
Yeah.
Okay. Or a business.
yeah.
Can you describe it any further?
And then, I mean, I pulled in. I was,
You said somebody came out.
Yeah. So somebody came out of. There were glass doors. He came out. As I pulled in, and brought me right in.
And did they carry you into like a lobby or did they carry you into a room?
I believe there was like a lobby to the left, and then he brought me like into a different like office. But
Okay. Wow. And then they told you that she had passed away.
yeah,
And what did you do then?
I sobbed.
Okay.
I mean, I was a wreck. He had some paperwork that he had me sign.
Did they give you a copy of that?
No.
Okay.
Um,
And what was the paperwork?
he said it was just releasing her remains and releasing her medical records so that so that I could have those. He said that he was going to that he was awaiting an autopsy, and that I would be contacted with the results of that.
Okay. And then what did you do?
I drove back to the house and told Betsy and Frank.
Okay. And then what did you do?
I don't really recall the rest of that evening.
All right, and that evening, but what did you do next?
The next day, I got a call saying that the autopsy had been completed and that she had a stroke, and possibly brought on, by some combination of the high blood pressure and what they said appeared to be COVID related heart damage.
Okay. Okay. Then what did you do?
I don't know. I was I wanted to be gone as as quickly as possible. I didn't want to be in the house anymore. I think sometime early the next week I got her parents into an apartment in Hilton Head.
Okay. So early the next week.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. So you drove them to Hilton Head?
Yeah. They packed up their car. I packed up my car with their stuff. We went to a storage unit and their storage unit.
Okay.
They have one right in Hilton Head, and then to the apartment. I moved them in.
Okay.
I drove. I went back. I packed up my stuff. I believe I left that night. I drove to Jacksonville to get mail. I had mail there that couldn't be shipped. So I did
Mail that couldn't be shipped.
it had alcohol in it. A friend had shipped me some beer, but they did it the right way, via UPS. And
So you picked up some mail in Jacksonville.
Yep. Somebody contacted me and said that they had cremated her body. I was extremely upset. I thought that I was going to get to make a decision on where she was sent.
Do you know who that person was?
Now, he said that the fee was $5,000 payable in cash.
Okay. Did you pay that?
I did. I met him the next day in Montgomery. I withdrew $5,000 in cash and
Montgomery,
Alabama.
Okay.
I believe Montgomery.
And how much? I mean, he stopped out the cash and then described him to me.
He was. I saw him kind of very briefly.
White male, black male.
White male, dark hair, average builds. average height probably 5'8" to 5'10". I gave him the money. He gave me a bag with her ashes in it. I had ordered I had overnighted myself an urn, so I had something to put it in.
And where's her ashes now?
I scattered them at Havre de Grace.
Okay.
The Chesapeake was one of her favorite places, and it's considered the mouth of the Chesapeake. I scattered the ashes there, and I dropped our.
Where did you said you paid $5,000 cash? Where did you meet him at?
I met him right in downtown. I believe it was Montgomery. It's whichever one of Birmingham and Montgomery is further north.
Like meet at Winkies, or where did you meet?
No, he gave me a street address and like just on the side of the road.
Okay, so you met on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And he got the ashes.
Yeah.
How were they packaged?
They were in a thick, clear plastic bag with then like a kind of like nicer velvet bag around them.
Okay. What was the driver?
I think an older white SUV, but I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
That's what sticks in my mind.
But he called and provided you with the address to meet side of the road.
He called.
But you don't remember that address or anything around?
No, I remember it wasn't. It was kind of like down. This is my first time in Alabama.
Okay.
Connecting, but it seemed like kind of like the downtown area.
What else did he give you?
He didn't give me anything else. So he gave me that. I gave him the money.
Did you ever inquire about a death certificate?
No, I did not.
Okay.
No, I should have.
Okay. And then what happened?
I drove to St. Louis per Jim's instructions.
Had you told Jim that she had passed away? That Vinny passed?
Yes, I had.
Did you tell that she had passed? And then mother and father.
Mother and father, they told her brothers, her best friend,
Who's that?
Angela Wynn,
Okay.
a former co-worker of hers, Elizabeth Seeger.
Okay. You said best friend. Who was that?
Angela Wynn.
I didn't write that down fast enough. You
No,
said it.
that's okay. Yeah, W-O-Y-N-N.
Okay.
Angela Elizabeth. Her prior boss, Joe West, he was kind of hard to get in touch with.
Joe West.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else?
Her friend DJ, I forget, David John, I think is his name.
Okay.
Or David, I don't know.
David something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And her friend Anisha, I forget Anisha's last name. Well, Pryor.
Okay. Okay. And so then, after you left Montgomery, you said you went to
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Yep.
What did you do in St. Louis?
Filed for a legal change of name.
Okay. And what did you change your name to?
Nicholas Killian James Stark.
And that's what we put on the form, okay? Okay. And
We picked out that last name together. We had been given a list of choices from Jim,
okay.
what he thought were fairly anonymous, one-syllable names, and
How can I get in touch with Jim?
I don't know.
Okay. How would you get in touch with Jim?
He would message me daily, and I would respond. His number would change, and then I would just switch to the new number.
I mean, because you said you changed phones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when you get out, how are you going to get in touch with Jim, I guess?
I don't know. I haven't been in touch with him for.
Okay. He'd have to find you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you said at first that he told Mindy he was an FBI agent?
Yeah. Yeah, we had both filed online reports about things, and then he showed up at the house.
Alright, so you're St. Louis, you changed your name. Where'd you go from there?
From there, I went to Pennsylvania to see a friend.
Okay.
And then I went to
And who's that friend?
Sam Kolesnik.
I think I'm going to last name.
K-O-L
K-O-L.
E-S-N-I-K.
Okay. Okay.
Now my wife.
Okay.
It was
Alright.
pretty quick thing.
And you said it was pretty quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Had you and her had an online relationship for quite a while?
No.
Okay. When did you meet Sam?
We started talking kind of that fall.
The fall of
Fall of 2020.
2020?
No, sorry, 2022.
Fall of 2022. So you and Mindy were still together?
Yep.
Okay. How did y'all meet?
Twitter.
Okay. Okay. And so then you kind of, the relationship developed then?
Yeah. Yep. I went to Charlottesville to see some friends. We still kind of lived in that area.
Okay. And what happened then?
Jim told me to move to Wilmington.
Okay. So when did you get married?
April 21st.
Okay. So you married Sam. Okay. And Jim said move where?
Told me to go to Wilmington,
Okay. In Wilmington, North Carolina?
Delaware.
Delaware, okay. And did you?
Yes, it did.
Okay. And then where did you move?
Then I was there for a little over 2 months, and then I moved to Pennsylvania,
Okay.
Lancaster area.
You mentioned earlier that your car had burned.
Yeah, so two things happened,
Okay.
which led me to stop talking to Betsy and Frank. We had a conversation, and I had mentioned that I was in Wilmington, and several nights later, I was unpacking some things into the place I was staying. This was in February. And came down, and somebody was in the car. Grabbed a backpack with 2 computers and a phone in it, and took off.
So 2 computers and a phone.
Yeah.
And so they were stolen When?
February of this year, 2023.
Okay. And did you report those stolen?
I did not.
Okay.
I spoke to Jim. He said that he felt it was very suspicious that this had happened. Right after I had told Betsy and Frank where I was, and that he was going to take some time to look through, to look into the situation.
Okay.
Just over a month later, I was driving and my car started acting funny and then burst into flames.
How long had you been driving that day? It's like it immediately started up and drove it and burned up? Or what?
An hour or two.
Okay.
I was coming down a hill to make a turn. It felt like it was a little harder to steer than it should have been.
Okay.
I felt something a little strange. I smelled something a little strange.
Okay.
That at that point I wasn't sure what it was. Around here you get a lot of farm smells, so that's not unusual. I stopped at a point where it seemed fairly, straight in both directions. It was kind of a windy road. There wasn't a shoulder, and realized there was smoke in the car.
Okay.
I got out. I crossed over, so I was out of traffic, and realized that my phone was on the passenger seat.
Okay.
I opened the passenger door and fire kind of came out right after. I hit my head on a tree. I had some burns.
Did you get your phone?
I did get my phone.
Okay. You hit your head on the tree and it had some burns.
Yeah, I burned. I don't know if you can still tell or not. I don't have hair. This eyebrow. I lost a lot of hair on the side of the head. I had some face and neck burns.
And you just told me that I don't want to face now, but that would have been when?
This was March 20th.
Okay. March 20th. All right.
So,
Did you call the fire department or were you?
I did. I called 911. I didn't know where I was. I had to find a cross street. Police and fire department came out and paramedics. And then we went to the emergency room later that day, and the nurses were really upset. They said that I had burned hair inside my nostrils. And that's a sign that fire has come down the throat. And
Okay.
So I have not, I don't know what caused the fire. It was in the same area that the bag was stolen from, which is something that raised my suspicion, but at the same time, that last year's Ford Explorers had some fire issues. So
those Ford Explorers.
yeah, they had multiple recalls
Okay.
for
Was it fire in the engine department?
Yeah.
Okay.
The gentleman who towed it. I went out to look at it, and it appeared to be. He said it appeared to have started in the passenger side of the engine block, but he couldn't be sure.
The driver said passenger side of the engine block.
Yeah. So I've,
What did your insurance company say?
the insurance company seems to think it was mechanical and not tied to that. They just asked at the end of last week for the title so that
Okay.
they could close it out. So that it might not be related at all.
So you haven't got a check yet?
Yeah.
Okay. The same.
Yeah, it's taken a while.
What company is it?
Cure? Who? Cure? COURTROOM. It's a small regional company.
Okay. You might want to change insurance.
Yeah, no, that's I've been told.
Do you remember how much you paid for it?
43, 44.
Okay. You'll probably get like 20.
They said 38. I was actually surprised. Yeah, I was very surprised. Yeah, so shortly after the fire, my friend Cameron Nelson reached out and said that Betsy had called her and said that she had been told I died in an accident.
And what did Cameron tell her?
So Cameron at this point had not and I had not spoken in a little while. Cameron said that she had not heard from me. She said that Betsy asked if she knew where my will or trust may have been drawn up. And Cameron said she did not know. And
Did you ever call him and tell him you were alive?
I did not. I was a little concerned about where I spoke with Jim. Probably one of the last times we spoke, and I said, why do they think I'm dead? And he said that he had not had any contact with them, and that he didn't know. He didn't know where that had come from. And that he would recommend not contacting them.
When's the last time you talked to Jim?
Last time I talked to Jim was probably sometime that week, the last week of March,
Okay.
maybe the following week, maybe the first week of April.
Okay, and when's the last time you physically saw him?
Last time I physically saw him was, I think, the first week I got to Wilmington. He showed up.
Okay. And when was that?
It was the week before, between Christmas and New Year's.
What's the last phone you used to contact Jim with? Do you still have it?
I do still have it, though it doesn't still have service on it.
Okay. So if we needed a number for Jim, we could get it off that phone.
I think so, yeah, it should still be in the signal there.
But did he only communicate you through Signal, or will you get like emails from him, or?
No, I don't think I've ever received an email from him.
Okay. So how did y'all share the software development if you never emailed?
He can send files through Signal.
Okay.
Do you know what company Jim was selling or brokering the software to?
No.
He wouldn't know.
No, I mean he said different things. Like at some points he said Microsoft. At some points he said maybe there would be a government use, but I was never sure, and I thought that was kind of part of the point for him was that he didn't want me to know.
Okay.
because you're telling me I didn't scatter Mindy's ashes.
What's that?
I didn't scatter Mindy's ashes.
You did scatter these ashes. What about, what happened next? What you remember next?
Honestly, things have, things have been kind of quiet lately.
Let me ask you again about Jim, just to make sure I understand. How did you meet Jim?
He showed up at the house one day. I was at work and spoke with Mindy.
Okay. And came to the house where?
Alexandria.
Okay. So he kind of followed y'all down and kept following you, and
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where he was normally. I don't know where he resides. I don't know.
he says he's a white male.
White male, probably late 40s, light brown hair, gray on his temples. I don't know. Between 5'10" and 6 foot, I would guess.
Okay.
Fairly slim.
Do you know where he could have been originally from, or what company he worked for?
No.
Okay.
No, he didn't.
He just first introduced as FBI.
Yeah, I wasn't there that day. Later on, when we asked about it, there were so during like 2018 and 2019, there were there's just points where things would get like really scary, and we would, and there was like a weekend where he said he felt that we would be safer leaving the house for the weekend. I think it was a holiday weekend.
So he's just doing this basically for free.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he works basically security for free.
Yeah.
Okay. And he moved multiple states.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, you saw him in multiple
We've
states.
seen him in multiple states. Yeah.
So when we moved, you would see him. He would come and
Yeah. I don't know if he
you'd see him in a new location.
we'd see him in a new location. I don't know. I've assumed that he was actually living in the the Low Country area, the Savannah Hilton Head area, when we were there, just because we saw him more often there than we'd seen him anywhere else.
And at some point, tell me about how the software thing became. Maybe I were sitting drinking beer and come up with that.
No. He had said that he could introduce me to somebody. He put me on the phone with somebody. He said, needed this, and it would be a way, when I was getting uncomfortable leaving the house every day, and was also just not happy with the position I was in at the time.
He only said needed this. Describe what this is.
A way to make money.
Okay.
Yeah. So he thought it would offer a way to make money for me.
What's the software for?
There's AI analyzing large bits of it, like an intelligence analysis.
Okay.
Did you have any background in that?
Yeah, I had originally majored in computer science in college. It was something I'd done in high school, and then I got to college and said, after a couple semesters that I thought I'd switch and do pre-law instead. And then
And what does Sam know about any of this?
not a lot.
Okay.
Very little.
Does she know anything about your past with your family or anything?
Yes.
Does she didn't know about Jim?
No.
Okay. And why? Why did you choose not to tell her about Jim?
I felt like it has taken me, 5 years to get to a point, where I can put this behind me.
Okay.
And I didn't want her. I didn't want her to think about that.
Okay. Do you recall going to Home Depot in Savannah
All the time.
all the time? Which Home Depot did you use?
I think I went to two different ones, but the one I went to more is across the street from Parker's.
Okay. You familiar with Victory Drive?
Victory Drive, that's it. Yep.
Do you remember during this time doing a purchase and knife?
I think so. I think I purchased a couple of things. There were issues at the house with mosquitoes coming up from underneath the house.
Mhm.
So, but I didn't know where they were getting in. So,
Okay. So this was the knife was for mosquitoes to try to
it
determine.
was to cut screen.
Okay.
So I had in the house I thought they were somehow entering the HVAC somewhere. What I think was actually happening was that they were when they were coming into the house one way, then they would get in the HVAC and move from room to room.
Do you recall? Is that you?
Yeah, that's
That's you. And is that the knife you used?
I think so.
Okay. And was this the?
Yeah, I think so.
You recall that time said the date stamp mid 29.
I don't recall. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, but I'm sure that's right.
Okay.
I think it was in the car. I think I just saw it.
It was in.
I believe so. I mean, the insurance company has the car, so
Okay.
I believe that and the GPS were in the back section. So you get into the very back. You can lift up the like a panel.
Mhm.
It was like a little.
Cover hole?
Yeah. So I thought that it and the GPS,
So GPS.
yeah, extension cord, like stuff like that, were in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that I had it because I left a lot of stuff. With Mindy's dad.
Okay.
A footstool I used to get up and all the because it's all like they were all on the roof.
Okay.
You're a tall guy.
Yeah, but they're not that tall.
What next? What happened next?
I woke up yesterday morning
Okay.
and
And what are you doing as far as work-wise now?
right now I'm looking for my next position.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna restart my law license.
Okay.
That hasn't been an active status in some time,
And what does your wife do?
she works for a food technology company.
Okay. And does she have any kids?
She has one daughter.
And have you talked to her since your arrest?
No,
Okay.
I don't know her phone number. I know
Okay.
I guess it's a.
Just entrust that it's always going to be on the cell phone.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I haven't had to consider a cell phone and a number without a cell phone.
And you mentioned about giving the guys, giving Jim a DNA test sample. Would you be willing to give us one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, once you get back to Georgia, we'll be able to have some more information.
How long until I'm back?
Yeah, so the transports are probably, let's see what the day is. It's probably one day next week.
Okay.
See, the city here is going to be Lancaster, and it's Lancaster County as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
They like that.
Virginia has that too. You have like Fairfax County and Fairfax, Virginia. And the cities are their own counties. It's weird.
It's better than Louisiana, it's got parishes. So they're little mini states.
I'll let you fill out there and there. And then that basically is the waiver of constitutional rights. I'll let you read it though. Just go through it and I'll get that. Swallows.
When Jim's car, you'll know it's back on.
Yeah, I mean, it was different ones. Yeah, I mean, it made me think sometimes he was renting or, the one the day I went to, to get the camera was like a sedan, I think dark, like a dark gray or black.
That's when they went to Target.
Yeah. I believe also in the Victory driver, that Target. I think there's a Target there. I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know if it's.
That's a big plaza. It's a big plaza.
Does that camera record anything or was it just live feed?
I think it was just live feed. Like I get like alerts on my phone.
Okay. And was it up during the time that Minnie was at the hospital?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see anybody come there from the house during that period?
I don't recall. I don't remember checking it.
Okay.
I mean, like I would mostly like check it like when like Frank and Betsy were coming back, or when I was about to come back, just to make sure there was nobody sitting out front. Like you got a lot of traffic there, so it was, like the little things were always going, like the little alerts.
Without it, just hoping from that side. I should just open up. Same way it's not painful or anything, you know how it is. Okay. The one when did you just initial it or sign it?
How did she die?
Cause of manner is going to be an official report, but that's something we probably don't need to release right now.
Okay.
We may be able to ask from our district attorney to be able to tell you that when you get back.
Okay.
So you went to 21 years in Boston?
School, yeah. Like, high school, 4 years of undergrad, 3 years of law school, and then an LLM program, which I think it took me 2 years.
What colleges did you go to?
Boston University, Northeastern Law, and then Georgetown for the LLM.
Okay.
Not all VA, to the Navy? While you were in the Navy, you did all that?
No, so the Navy only sends you to law school if you are already like an officer, like, and you've done a couple years. So I did college and law school on my own, and then I used the GI Bill for the LLM.
How long were you in the Navy for?
10 years.
10 years.
Ish. Like, I mean, So I came on active duty 2008. I guess I left active duty 2017, but I had some reserve time before, I had inactive reserve time before, and then drilling reserve time after.
What made you decide to get out?
The moving, the Navy JAG Corps puts a big impetus on geographic diversity, as they call it. So.
Geographic diversity.
Yeah, so we were talking about starting a family, and
Sign over, you can wait till I get the other one if you want to. I gotta see what that's all right. You put the date on there for me too?
I
It's
13.
May? Yeah, 13th? Right about there.
Sign it now.
So if you don't mind me asking, when was the last time you were in good terms with your dad?
I think things started getting bad 2017.
A lot of stuff happened in 2017.
Yeah.
Any particular reason that it went bad between you and him?
I don't know. So it started with Chris and me. Things getting bad, and I was seeing a therapist at the time who felt that there were some really unhealthy family dynamics, and that I should set some boundaries, and the reaction, I spent a lot of time really thinking through how to frame things, and thought that it was kind of a not asking him to take sides, but that the reaction was awful.
Did you and your brother, what was your brother's name?
Yes.
Chris, did you and Chris get along when you were younger, or just
When we were younger, we did, yeah.
so pretty much just Mindy was one that?
Yeah, they had a kind of series of conversations that went very poorly, and
What about politics, was it?
so not directly though. At one point, she posted something that was about politics, and he took it to be very personal.
Date it to you.
23. Wait, I might have.
23, 5, 13, 23.
I don't know if I hit these 23.
Can't find it.
I'm
We'll
sorry.
find one right date.
Um,
Transfer so Irish.
Yeah, it was the day that Congressman Scalise was shot in Alexandria, and she posted something about how toxic things are, that this is happening, and
What kind of work did she do on that?
she worked at an advocacy company called the ASPBA, the American Society for Plastic Bag something. So she did advocacy work for the plastic bag industry.
Okay.
And she left that to run an event company and launch a podcast about women.
Okay. And that was back early, like,
Yeah, so that was late 2017. I think she started that.
how did you meet her?
Well, we met online on like a dating app.
Okay.
I forget which one. Only Fish or something.
Yeah, some things we can't answer at this point, and I'll tell you we can't, but if you have any questions, with us.
I don't know. I don't even know what to think about this. I mean, this is.
So when you get back to Georgia next week, we'll sit down with you again.
Okay.
Basically give you a ride to Savannah to try to help.
Okay.
So be thinking more about that location.
Okay.
It will be very important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah.
Anything else you can think of?
I mean, just how was y'all's relationship throughout the entire marriage? Y'all good? I mean,
we had some really stressful couple of years, but
what stressed you out about just the moves? Or?
yeah, the moves, feeling like we were in danger, the stuff with Frank, I don't know, Frank, I felt like Frank really changed, and I don't know if it was the stuff with his boss or his accident or just he just got sick of us, but
You talking about a brother?
yeah, I'm sorry, her brother.
What about our father? How'd you get along with him?
I got along well with him. They had always had a difficult relationship, and got worse at certain points. He's somebody who likes to make jokes at other people's expense. It's it is what it is. I think they had a very hard time getting along over the years.
Well, what about your relationship with Betsy? How's that?
Good. I mean, I thought of her as a mother. She's me and she were very, very close.
Earlier when I told you I was from Liberty County, you looked taken aback. It's outside Savannah in Georgia.
Okay.
And obviously this investigation involves my jurisdiction. So have you ever been to Liberty County or know anything? I mean, you said you stayed at home a lot.
Yeah, I mean, not to the best of my knowledge, but it's possible.
Day-to-day activities, you pretty much work on the computer?
Worked on the computer, yeah. Take out the dog, work on the computer, see what Mindy needed,
Did she have any hobbies or activities that you were going to do? Or?
She had been reading a lot. She liked to color. She had talked about doing something creative again. I think she really enjoyed
Hey, this is Tracy upstairs. We were just letting you know. This is Tracy. I'm upstairs in the interview room. I was just letting you know we were finishing up. Sergeant Fisher is who I'm looking for.
So you don't only fish? You don't remember?
Yeah, he was supposed to come, but it's like
place you went to?
Yeah, we went to a restaurant called Blackwall Hitch in Alexandria. It was our first day. It's down by the water.
That's good. Yeah, good. I said, we'll be back in touch. Appreciate you talking with us.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You stop on to $11. You do it now.
4 to 6.
Your Honor, that completes the morning, the afternoon session from the state.
All right. Do you mind if Agent Sands steps down?
I have no objection, Your Honor.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, that will complete the presentation of evidence today. So we're done for the weekend. Of course, I hope you have a great weekend, but I want to emphasize very strongly that you not have any access to any media accounts regarding this trial. It is so important that we maintain the integrity of this jury. So please abide by the previous discussions. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday at 8:45. Thank you very much. All right, the jury's out. We are adjourned.